Chichi grew up in a small village, where her beauty and vibrant personality made her both admired and criticized. Rather than conforming to traditional expectations, she embraced a carefree life filled with laughter and defiance, wearing her colorful outfits with pride and rejecting the village's judgment. Despite the whispers behind her back, she lived unapologetically, always chasing freedom and joy. Yet, deep within, Chichi, a curvy Nigerian lady with afro and fitted rainbow-striped dress, longed for something more than just admiration for her looks. She sought to be seen for who she truly was, not just the carefree woman everyone admired. Her journey was about to take an unexpected turn, leading her to confront the life she had built and discover a new purpose. Under the moonlight, Chichi dazzles the crowd at the village square, her colorful outfit shimmering as she twirls to the rhythm of the drummers. Her laughter rings out like music, silencing the gossip of onlookers, even if just for a moment. At the busy marketplace, Chichi's booming laughter turns heads. She leans against a stall, chatting with a group of men who are captivated by her charm, while women mutter in disapproval behind their hands. By the village well, women exchange exaggerated stories about Chichi's escapades. She walked arm in arm with yet another man, one exclaims, their voices hushed but their eyes filled with judgment. The firelight flickers on Chichi's face as she and a group of men share drinks by the river. Their laughter echoes across the water, a stark contrast to the disapproving murmurs from villagers passing by. As dawn breaks, a man sneaks out of Chichi's hut, casting nervous glances around. The village dogs bark softly as the man hurries away, his head low to avoid the judging eyes of early risers. In her humble hut, Chichi stares at her reflection in a cracked mirror. She carefully styles her voluminous afro, her lips curving into a confident smile despite the chaos of her surroundings. Chichi strides into the village church, her colorful dress catching the morning sun. Elders shake their heads, their sermons momentarily forgotten, as she takes a seat at the back with an air of defiance. Villagers working in the fields pause to whisper as Chichi walks past, her vibrant outfit standing out against the earthy backdrop. Another man already, someone mutters under their breath. At a neighbor's home, Chichi flashes her radiant smile as she borrows yet another small loan. "I'll pay you back soon," she promises, her charm making it hard for anyone to refuse her. Chichi strolls through the village with a handsome man, their laughter carrying over the low hum of crickets. Villagers watch from doorways, shaking their heads at the familiarity of the scene. By the village well, a boy stands awkwardly as his mother chastises him. "Don't you dare let me catch you talking to that woman again," she warns, gesturing toward Chichi, who saunters by without a care. At the marketplace, two men stand chest to chest, voices raised. "She's with me," one yells, while Chichi leans against the post nearby, amused by their squabble. Chichi approaches a group of women at the market, her vibrant dress catching the sunlight. As she greets them, they turn away, pretending to be engrossed in their conversation, their disapproval evident. Near the edge of the village, a frustrated young man blocks Chichi's path. "You've ruined my life," he shouts, his voice breaking. Chichi, unbothered, brushes past him with a flick of her hand, gripping her head in frustration. Under a mango tree, Chichi approaches a wealthy villager, her charm on full display. He shakes his head firmly, stepping away. "I want a decent wife, not you," he mutters, leaving Chichi momentarily speechless. At a community gathering, an elder gestures toward Chichi as he addresses the crowd. "A life without morals leads to ruin," he says, his tone stern. Chichi rolls her eyes but shifts uncomfortably in her seat. Chichi crouches behind her door, her heart sinking as she hears villagers gossiping about her through the thin walls. "She's hopeless," one says, and the words sting more than she'd like to admit. Alone in her hut, Chichi stares at a pile of crumpled notes detailing the money she owes. Her usually confident demeanor falters as she sighs, gripping her head in frustration. Under a mango tree, Chichi approaches a wealthy villager, her charm on full display. He shakes his head firmly, stepping away. I want a decent wife, not you, he mutters, leaving Chichi momentarily speechless. At a community gathering, an elder gestures toward Chichi as he addresses the crowd. A life without morals leads to ruin, he says, his tone stern. Chichi rolls her eyes but shifts uncomfortably in her seat. Chichi crouches behind her door, her heart sinking as she hears villagers. As she strides confidently past a field, a young farmer pauses mid-swing of his machete, his gaze following her. Chichi flashes a knowing smile, fully aware of the effect she has. Beneath the shade of the great baobab, a group of villagers sits in a lively debate. She's trouble, one man argues, while another defends her. She's just misunderstood. Chichi beams as she accepts a necklace from a man, his infatuation evident. For you, my queen, he says, his voice trembling with devotion. A man kneels before Chichi with a ring in hand. She chuckles, shaking her head. I'm not ready to settle down, she says, leaving him stunned as she walks away. From her porch, an elderly woman watches Chichi flirt with a passerby. She sighs deeply, muttering, such beauty wasted on recklessness. Chichi walks through the village holding hands with another man, her laughter light and carefree. Children peek from behind their mothers, whispering in hushed tones. At the edge of the village, children laugh and imitate villagers' gossip about Chichi. Look at her, they tease, their voices high-pitched, their playful cruelty cutting deep. Chichi's heart is alive with the sound of music and laughter. Men gather around her, vying for her attention, while women shake their heads from a distance. The preacher's voice booms through the village square. A life of sin brings nothing but misery, he declares, his eyes falling briefly. Brightly colored dresses hang on the line outside Chichi's hut, swaying in the breeze. Passers-by whisper, unable to resist commenting on the bold display. That night, Chichi lies on a mat outside her hut, staring at the vast expanse of stars. Tears roll silently down her cheeks as she wonders if this is all her life will ever be. Chichi walks past a group of young women near the well. They exchange looks and giggle, their whispers loud enough for her to hear. She straightens her back and keeps walking. At a heated town meeting, voices rise in frustration. She's a bad influence on our daughters, one man shouts, his words echoing through the hall. Late at night, a man sits outside Chichi's hut, his head in his hands. Why won't you love me? He whispers to the darkness, tears staining his cheeks. Chichi laughs as someone suggests she settle down. Me? Tied to one man? Never, she exclaims, flipping her hair with a defiant grin. Inside Chichi's hut, clothes are scattered everywhere, dishes lie unwashed, and her once bright home feels chaotic, a reflection of her life. Sitting by the riverbank, Chichi gazes into the water. The rippling surface distorts her reflection, and she wonders who she really is beneath the bravado. The village square erupts into chaos as two men come to blows over Chichi. She watches from the sidelines, equal parts amused and saddened. At a festival, Chichi stands awkwardly at the edge of the crowd. Laughter and joy surround her, but no one engages her, leaving her feeling isolated. In a dimly lit hut, a mother scolds her son. That woman will only bring you trouble, she warns, her tone firm but caring. Tears stream down Chichi's face as she stands by the river. The weight of judgment, rejection, and loneliness presses down on her, and for the first time, she feels completely lost. One sunny afternoon, a tall, well-dressed man rides into the village on horseback. His confident demeanor and warm smile catch everyone's attention, including Chichi's, who watches him from a distance with quiet curiosity. As the stranger walks through the marketplace, he locks eyes with Chichi. For the first time, her confident facade falters, replaced by genuine intrigue and a flutter of nervousness. Sitting with some elders under the baobab tree, the man asks about Chichi. She's beautiful, but a handful, one elder chuckles. The stranger listens, undeterred, his interest piqued. Chichi is carrying a basket of yams when it slips from her grip, spilling onto the ground. Before she can react, the stranger steps in, helping her gather them. Their hands brush briefly, sending a jolt through her. "Thank you," Chichi says, her tone distant yet polite. The stranger smiles warmly, introducing himself as Kola. She nods, unsure of how to react to his kindness. At the next village meeting, Kola speaks up when Chichi becomes the target of criticism. Perhaps what she needs is compassion, not condemnation, he says firmly, silencing the murmurs. That evening, Chichi sits outside her hut, wondering about the stranger who spoke in her defense. "Who is he?" she mutters, staring at the moonlit sky. Kola approaches Chichi at the riverbank, where she's washing clothes. "Join me for a walk," he says, his voice gentle. She hesitates but eventually agrees, curiosity outweighing caution. As they walk through the fields, Kola listens to Chichi's stories without judgment. His genuine interest makes her feel seen in a way she's never experienced before. Rumors spread like wildfire when Chichi is seen walking with Kola. What could he possibly want with her? The villagers wonder aloud, their curiosity and skepticism growing. During another conversation, Kola opens up about his past struggles and how he overcame them. Chichi is surprised to see vulnerability in someone so confident, and it inspires her. Late at night, Chichi sits by her small mirror, replaying her conversations with Kola in her mind. For the first time, she questions her choices and wonders if change is possible. Chichi laughs, a real, unguarded laugh, at one of Kola's jokes during a shared meal. The sound surprises both of them, and it feels like a breakthrough. The once bold and brash Chichi begins helping at the market, assisting an elderly woman carry her goods. Villagers exchange surprised glances but say nothing. Kola reveals that he's in the village to help set up a school for underprivileged children. His dedication and selflessness deeply move Chichi. Hesitant but determined, Chichi approaches Kola. "I want to help at the school," she says. He smiles, his belief in her unwavering. At the school, Chichi nervously interacts with children. Their innocent laughter and curiosity slowly break down her walls, filling her with unexpected joy. "You're doing great," Kola tells Chichi after her first day. His words spark a sense of pride she hasn't felt in years. As Chichi continues to work at the school and help around the village, the gossip turns into murmurs of approval. "Maybe she's changed," someone says. One evening, Chichi shares her fears and regrets with Kola. "I've made so many mistakes," she says, her voice trembling. He places a reassuring hand on hers. "The past doesn't define you," he says softly. "What do you want from life?" Kola asks. The question catches Chichi off guard, but it sparks a flicker of hope. "I want to be better," she whispers. Villagers watch as Chichi confidently leads a group of children in a song. Their admiration is silent but undeniable. During a quiet moment at the school, Kola brushes a stray strand of hair from Chichi's face. Their eyes meet, and an unspoken connection deepens. At the village festival, Kola and Chichi dance together under the moonlight. The villagers watch in awe as Chichi's laughter rings out, genuine and full of life. Chichi's estranged mother visits, shocked by her daughter's transformation. "You've changed," she says, her voice filled with both surprise and pride. At a community meeting, Chichi addresses the villagers. "I know I've made mistakes, but I'm trying to change," she says, her voice steady. The crowd listens, their judgment slowly melting into understanding. Sitting by the river, Kola tells Chichi, "The hardest part of change is forgiving yourself. You deserve that peace." Chichi mediates a heated argument between two villagers, surprising everyone with her calm and fair demeanor. Kola and Chichi sit by the river, sharing stories and laughter. As the stars shine above, Kola takes her hand, a promise of a brighter future in his touch. The village elders commend Kola for his influence on Chichi. She's become someone we are proud of, one elder admits. Chichi takes charge of a group of young women, teaching them skills she's learned from Kola. Her confidence and compassion inspire them. One evening, Kola kneels under the baobab tree and asks Chichi to marry him. Her eyes fill with tears as she says yes, her heart full of hope. The village buzzes with excitement as preparations for Chichi and Kola's wedding begin. Villagers who once scorned her now work together to make the day special. On her wedding day, Chichi looks radiant in her traditional attire. As she walks through the village, the crowd erupts into cheers, celebrating her journey. Chichi, Kola, and little Ayadil visit the city for the first time as a family. The experience broadens Chichi's perspective and fuels her dreams for the village's future. Chichi and Kola organize a village festival celebrating unity and progress. The event includes music, dance, and storytelling, showcasing the richness of their culture. Standing before the crowd, Chichi shares her journey from a rebellious youth to a woman of purpose. Change is possible, she says, her voice strong. Together, we've proven that. As the festival concludes, Chichi and Kola sit together under the stars, their son asleep in Chichi's arms. They reflect on their journey, grateful for the love that transformed their lives and the legacy they're building for future generations. Chichi gathers the women of the village for a workshop on skills like weaving, tailoring, and entrepreneurship. She encourages them to dream beyond their traditional roles. An estranged relative of Kola arrives in the village, stirring up trouble and questioning Chichi's worthiness as a wife. Kola family stands by her, silencing the naysayers with his unwavering loyalty. A severe storm damages several homes in the village. Chichi and Kola lead the effort to rebuild, showing resilience and leadership during a time of crisis. During a trip to a neighboring village, Chichi encounters someone from her past who tries to shame her. She stands tall, calmly asserting that her past no longer defines her. Chichi gives birth to a baby boy, bringing immense joy to her and Kola's lives. The villagers celebrate the birth, showering them with blessings and gifts. At the naming ceremony, Chichi and Kola name their son Ayadil, meaning joy has come home. The event is a vibrant celebration of life, love, and family. The troubled girl Chichi once mentored starts her own small business, inspired by Chichi's guidance. She expresses her gratitude, calling Chichi her second mother. At a village meeting, Chichi passionately advocates for sending girls to school, challenging age-old customs. Her speech inspires many parents to reconsider their views. A delegation from the city visits the village to honor Kola for his contributions to education and community development. Chichi beams with pride as he receives the award. Chichi's garden is recognized as the most beautiful and productive in the region. She accepts the award with humility, crediting the women who helped her cultivate it. Chichi, Kola, and little Ayadil visit the city for the first time as a family. The experience broadens Chichi's perspective and fuels her dreams for the village's future. Chichi and Kola organize a village festival celebrating unity and progress. The event includes music, dance, and storytelling, showcasing the richness of their culture. Standing before the crowd, Chichi shares her journey from a rebellious youth to a woman of purpose. Change is possible, she says, her voice strong. Together, we've proven that. As the festival concludes, Chichi and Kola sit together under the stars, their son asleep in Chichi's arms.
Like, comment, and subscribe.